Hey guys, Andy here from Mediocre Hobbies, bringing you another Leviathan painting video. This time it's going to be on the Lieutenant in Phobos Armour, one of my favorite miniatures from the box set. I love anything that is wielding and brandishing crazy knives, dead Tyranid on his base, rifle slung across his shoulder. He's in a very heroic pose. I like him very much, and I was very excited to add him into my Flesh Tearers. I think he has a very Flesh Tearer feel as well. Before I get into today's video, I just want a huge thank you to all of my patrons. Without you guys, I would not be able to continue doing what I am doing. So as always, thank you guys so much. If you're interested in joining my patrons, some of the benefits you get from that are more content from me. So you get an extra video every single week just for you guys, and access to a private Discord server where you can hang out with me and talk about your hobby on a daily basis. Also, if you're interested in hanging out with me twice a week, I do Twitch streams every Tuesday and Thursday between 8 and 10 p.m. GMT, Irish time. So I would love to see you all there hanging out and getting some hobby done. Okay, without further ado, guys, let's go into the model. This is the model I have chosen, which, like I said in the beginning of the video, is the new Lieutenant in Phobos Armour from the Leviathan box set. I've got to be brutally honest with you guys. When I saw the launch trailer for Leviathan and I saw this guy holding his rifle two-handed running through the jungles, it wasn't an aesthetic that overly excited me. I've always thought that all heroes, all Space Marine characters and bosses should always have that kind of open pose. Anyone that I've ever seen holding a bolt gun in two hands or holding any weapon in two hands, for me it just kind of ruins the heroicness of their stance, if you know what I mean. So I kind of dismissed him out of fact, but as soon as they showed him off in the actual miniature form, this guy, this glorious miniature with his rifle slung over his back and 3 blades on the go, one embedded in a Tyranid on the base, and one in each hand, I was so happy and so excited. It is an absolutely stunning miniature. And to think of it as a Lieutenant in Phobos Armour, but it's also a Tyrannic war veteran. So he's got bits of chitin, or chitin, as I've been corrected 17,000 times in the comments, chitin, running down his right arm, which is kind of cool. It's like a knife fighter, bit of armor kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it works. Maybe chitin is better at deflecting the Tyranid's own blades than power armor is. You never know. But as you can clearly see, I'm going to paint this guy up to match in with my Flesh Tearers. I'm going to do my, like I did my Indomitus set, my Leviathan set is all going to go in Flesh Tearers as well. And then I'm very tempted to do a Dark Imperium set mixed in with that as well, and have basically the 3 starter sets for Primaris all mixed into one force and see what kind of army that looks like. I think that'd be pretty cool. It's also one of those things where the majority, maybe not the majority, but a vast number of 40k hobbyists out there who have been in the hobby since Primaris have come out probably have all 3 boxes in their collection. So it's kind of cool to see them all together as one thing. So obviously I'm not talking through the painting process on this. This is a Flesh Tearer. I showed you how to paint Flesh Tearers, I think, on about 70 other videos, including the Terminator one last week. So if you do need any more detailed instructions as to how exactly I painted every step, hopefully you don't, now that the paints are being shown and step by step is being shown on it. One of the things that I'm not going to show you whilst painting this video is how I painted the Tyranid parts of the model. So that chitin armor that he does wear, it's one of those things where I don't know if it's important to show you guys how to paint it, because I painted it to match my Tyranid army. That would be the Tyranids that these guys will be hunting across the battlefield in my battle reports and games. Whereas for you guys, it could be any hive fleet you want it to be. You want it to be Leviathan, be Leviathan. You want it to be Behemoth, be Behemoth. Kraken, you know what I mean? So I don't think there's a specific point to showing you guys how to paint it one specific way. But this model is one of the miniatures in the set that can seem a little bit more daunting because there's so much extra gubbins on him. All the knives, all the grenades, some of the trophies, even the Tyranid parts. It's really not as bad as you would think if you just take your time and literally pick one piece out at a time. Start with the armor, then the soft seals, then the webbing, the metallics, all the grenades and the blades, rifle. If you get that all done in a nice order, you'll find it extremely easy to paint this miniature. I'm not sure what exactly I shall be tackling next when it comes to the set itself. I know I'm going to be going, I basically went Space Marine Tyranid, Space Marine Tyranid, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go back and forth through those things till they get done. So for me, the next one is going to be a Tyranid set, and it's either going to be the new big Toxin Beast, which I can never remember the name of, or the new Leapers, Von Rhin's Leapers. Yeah, it's going to be either of those two things is going to be the next video for Tyranids. I'm very excited to paint either of those. Let me know which ones in the comments you want me to paint first. And like I said at the beginning of this video, my plan is to do as many videos for the Leviathan box set as possible before the 26th. Monday the 26th is the start of Leviathan week. So whatever models in the box set I haven't made a video for before that point, I'm just going to batch paint all those models throughout that week, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. So by the end of this month, we will have a completed Leviathan set. I've also used my standard Marine basing scheme, which is the Martian scheme. All my Space Marine armies are based exactly the same like this, so that if I ever want to play a big game with multiple chapters mixed together, then I can just put them down and they all look like one cohesive force because the bases match. All of my Custodians in Sister Battle are also all based like this, which means that if I ever do decide to play an apocalypse game or anything like that, or if I want to make an army made of like loads of different units mixed from different armies, then I can do that as well. It's a very easy, quick, and efficient way of doing things. As you can see, I'm going around carefully layering up the model now, doing the red first, then the black, and so on and so forth until the model is finished. Let me know what you guys think is your favorite model from the Leviathan set. I'd love to know what your favorite Space Marine hero is and what your favorite Tyranid monster is from that set. Do you have preferences? Another one that I wasn't overly sold on when I saw the miniature first was the Space Marine Captain in Terminator armor. For some reason, my brain dismissed him as being, he's a Space Marine Captain in Terminator. I've seen one, I've seen them all, nothing crazy. And I was so wrong. It wasn't until I constructed him and held him in my hand that I realized how utterly stunning he was. And to me, he looks like a Primaris version of Gabriel Angelos from the Raven Guard, Jesus, the Blood Ravens. The Forge World miniature. You swap him out for a Thunderhammer and Bob's your uncle. You have a beautiful Gabriel Angelos miniature. So hopefully I get to see that soon. A friend of mine is painting up some Blood Ravens at the moment, so hopefully he has the idea and I get to see him paint up in that because I think it would look absolutely gorgeous. Picking what Tyranid blood I wanted to do was kind of hard too, but I did get just the pure white and I painted all of the blood and the bit where the Space Marine boot has stomped down through the cranium of the Tyranid monster with just a pure white. And then I got some Luxion purple contrast and I just painted that over the top of all of those just to give me a nice kind of gruesome looking alien blood. And I think it worked a treat. I think it did the job. I was definitely happy with the final result. There isn't really any other Phobos Marines in this box set, and there's none in the Indominus set, and there's none in Dark Imperium. So I do own some Phobos Marines, so I think it's probably about time that I get them cleaned up, painted up, and matched in. This guy needs a squad or two to lead around the battlefield. This is the final result of me painting the Leviathan Lieutenant in Phobos Armour. I really like how he turned out. I hope you guys did too. Let me know what you thought about the video where I didn't exactly just talk about every step of painting. If you like that format, I can do it more in the future. Or if you want me to go back and just narrate me painting as I go, I can also do that as well. Just let me know how you guys feel. I'm always subject to change. And there we have it. Another member of the Flesh Tearers army is complete and ready to be fielded on the battlefields of 10th edition 40k. In the upcoming weeks, I plan on giving you an entire Leviathan week, which will be the last week of this month. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do as many videos as I can between then and now, or between now and then, should I say. And then whatever's left over, I'm going to squish into a week of completionness like I did with the Indominus week to get the entire box set finished by the end of the month, which is what my goal is. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. If you are, make sure that you subscribe to the channel to get notified when that starts. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you have any questions about anything I'm doing, make sure you put in the comments below and I'll get back to each and every one of you guys. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one.